Okay, we're going to talk about how to customize your forms in QuickBooks. So there are a few videos on this in our training site here. So I'm going to do a invoice today. So an invoice is very similar to a sales order, an estimate, right? All AR type of transactions that get sent to your customers. Okay, so you can use this same video for multiple different template types. And then we have another one for purchasing because they do have some different fields on the purchasing side. Okay, so I'm going to start out here by going to my lists and my template list. Notice here I have a whole bunch of different template types that come preset in QuickBooks. So you can take a look at these different templates, right, and create or modify based off of these templates if you wanted to. Or you can just come down here and create a new template from scratch. But I'm going to start with one of the standards that's already set up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit Template. Okay. So the first screen it opens up is the basic customization screen. And then we'll talk about the additional customization and the layout designer in the next two videos. So on the basic customization, okay, so first of all, if you wanted to rename the template, you can come in here and say Manage Templates. Now this one it won't let me rename because it's one of the standard default ones, right? It likes to keep that for you for all time. So I'm going to create a copy of this one. Notice it says copy of, but I'm going to call this Fourlane Invoice. Okay, and then hit OK. Alright, so now it says Fourlane Invoice, and notice that Fourlane Invoice is on my template list now. I can use a logo. So I'm going to select this box to say use a logo. And then I want to navigate to, right, where I have my logo saved. So I navigated, right, like you're navigating through Windows, to my logo here. Okay. And then what this is telling me is that what QuickBooks does is it actually takes a copy of your logo and sticks it in the QuickBooks folder where your QuickBooks company file is located. That's okay. So I'm going to say OK. So it adds the logo up top here. And again, it adds it right now, but I'll show you in the layout designer area how we can kind of modify that and make it look more our own. But if I needed to change my logo for any reason, I just come in here, say select logo, navigate, and add a different logo. All right. We can select a color scheme, right? So if I wanted it to be a different color, I can select maroon and then hit apply. So you can see it kind of changes the outlines in there. Okay. I can change the font here. So the title font. All right, so if I wanted to change it to say, you know, Bauhaus and size, I don't know, 24. You can notice that the title, right, invoice, that just changed up there. So same with company name, company address, etc. Now you can change all the fonts here, but actually if you are messing with fonts and things like that, you probably want to wait and watch the layout designer because it's a little bit easier when we go through that area. All right, I can also add additional information here. So if I wanted to add the company phone number, email address, I could add those. Now notice they just stick them down here. Again, in the future, layout designer will be able to modify that. Okay, you can also choose whether or not you want to print, right, the status stamp. So paid, you want it to say paid across the top, pending across the invoice, you can have that print there. If you needed to update any of this information, so let's say that email address that's on here was incorrect, you can click Update Information. It's going to take you to the company information area here. Okay, and then you can update it as needed, phone numbers wise. All right. So that is the basic customization of an invoice.